Nate.
Yeah. Oh.
Nate. Open your eyes.
Oh.
And welcome to The End Is.
Sigh.
That's right. I'm Todd.
I'm Nate.
The aforementioned Nate.
And that is quite the opening right there.
It is relatable.
It
to
is.
what we'll be doing here.
100%.
But yeah, welcome to another week on the podcast where we talk about what, Nate?
Underrated movies.
Yes. Our definition? Or
Oh, yeah.
somebody
100%
else's?
our definition.
Just making sure.
Yes. And normally with those movies, we pair two themes.
Yep.
Whatever they may be.
Mm-hmm.
So let's say we're doing the movie... We got Ghostbusters.
Ooh. I mean, okay. Ghosts.
Okay. Easy.
And ghost hunting.
I feel
We
like
did the
that's-
time travel, time machines, and time pieces for Back to the Future.
Yeah, we did.
Is that fair? Okay, I'll do... Oh, man. Firehouses. That would be like yours.
That would be, yeah.
Yeah. There's something that's there but doesn't matter.
Hey, that's like almost its own character in the movie.
That's true.
So
In the
that
early
matters.
ones. Yeah, okay, you're right.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we would do that. We talk over each other. You just got that part. So we'll talk about the movie halfway through this episode and pair the themes before that. But what is the movie of this week?
The
Nate?
movie is Vanilla Sky.
Sure is.
And the themes we are doing are conspiracy theories and dreams/nightmares.
Sure is.
And my gosh, I've been looking at conspiracy theories on TikTok all day, and that is a rabbit hole of just like nonsense of like, I can't believe these fucking people in here.
Well, the thing is, I got here and Nate came out, but he had to take off his tinfoil hat. He crumpled it up, put it in his pocket, and he said he ushered me in real quick.
I ushered him in. I didn't take it off. I grabbed him, his own tinfoil hat. And so
right.
here we are with tinfoil hats recording this pod.
Jonathan, keep that on. You don't get to take yours off during the pod. That's what all the interference is during our episode. It's just a bunch of tinfoil on the walls. And then, well, I mean, that's our transition. But before we get to that, we like to do some news and how we make meaning out of the meantime.
Exactly.
Which, I'll start there. I didn't do much in the meantime.
Yeah. That's fair.
I've been playing
fair,
some
you know?
Ragnarok and stuff, but that's about it.
That's completely fair. You know, sometimes it happens. You just...
It's like last
There's
week.
not a lot, but there's nothing wrong with that.
No.
As long as you're enjoying yourself.
Not too much, though.
Not too much.
I was all by myself. Did
Yeah.
you make any meaning?
I've gotten more mobility back since, I tore my ligaments.
Got off the
And it's,
rascal scooter.
It is ridiculous because I can feel like my arm's sore and I haven't lifted anything. It's just I'm moving it more. And I'm like, what the fuck?
That's how much they're overworked right now, yeah.
And I'm just like, this is ridiculous. And then even like, I'm not a muscular guy, but like
No.
in one arm, I can see, yes, thanks, Todd.
I totally
I can see like a little bit of muscle definition. And my other arm, it's just, there's nothing. And I'm like, oh man, this just
like-
looks bad.
like people that come out of comas, like all their muscle definitions. That's why people like physical therapists have to go in and like move their limbs.
Yeah. So yeah, it's been unnerving. And then on top of it,
Unnerving, is that a pun?
yes.
All right.
And on top of it, I got a voicemail today, and I could not remember the password for my voicemail. I could have swore I remembered it, but apparently it's not the right one, so it doesn't make any sense.
You can't just play your voicemails from your phone?
No, I do a password for it.
That's insane. What are you, 80 years old?
Yes. But either way, I'm like, what the fuck is going on? Like, I'm pretty sure I remember this, but apparently it's all downhill for me. I had surgery this year. I tore ligaments from falling. I'm forgetting shit, guys. Just take me out to the pasture now.
You're becoming me.
I know.
That is scary for anybody. But I'll make you feel better about forgetting that password. One time, I had a voicemail on my phone, and it was a guy saying, hey, I'm coming into town. You want to hang out? You want to meet up? Blah, blah, blah.
Uh-huh.
Never said their name. I could not, for like years, could not remember who had sent me that voicemail, could never contact them. I finally one day, it just dawned on me that one time at a party, I was drunk, I went into a closet, left myself a voicemail. It was me. I was trying to identify. So,
Oh, shit.
beat that with your memory.
That's fair.
I mean, on one hand, I did remember way later.
Yeah.
I was like, wait a second, I got drunk.
That makes a lot of sense now. Like when your younger grandparents just being like, oh, that's right. And remembering. And you're like, what? That makes no sense. What? We weren't even talking about that.
I don't know what sparked it. But yeah, I should have kept that voicemail for posterity, but I did not.
Yeah.
But anyway,
All right. Well, what do you got for news?
news of the week. How about you start with your news? Because I think I have some pop culture related stuff.
I got one bit of news, and it's all about James Cameron. So if you want to go to that right away.
I thought you were doing soccer stuff.
No, I mean, it's irrelevant by the time
Totally
this
fair.
comes out.
Yeah, let's jump into Avatar and James Cameron, who keeps putting his fucking foot in his mouth.
Yes, 100%. So one I got here is he had a report with, this is from Screen Spy,
Okay.
and he was talking to Hollywood Reporter, and pretty much for what he said, quote, "Obviously, I'm not going to be able to make Avatar movies indefinitely. The amount of energy required, I would have to train somebody how to do this because I don't care how smart you are as a director, you don't know how to do this."
That's bullshit.
Yes, 100% bullshit.
So many great directors out there should have responded and been like, go fuck yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Have you seen the stuff I've made?
Oh, yeah, 100%. Like, he's just, like, shooting himself in the foot with that.
Well, do you want to hear what else he said?
Let's hear it.
In the meantime, this is how Cameron made meeting in the meantime. I'm getting slacked by my office, by the way. I'm just going to ignore all that. So sorry, guys. James Cameron says claiming that Avatar has no cultural impact is an irrelevant argument. So people are saying it doesn't have a cultural impact. He's saying, he quoted, "If people are less likely to remember Jake Sully than Luke Skywalker, that's partly because Avatar has only one movie out. Marvel has maybe 26 movies to build out a universe."
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
First
Luke
off-
Skywalker and Marvel has been great, let me tell you.
Yeah. First off, Marvel has nothing to do with Luke Skywalker.
Nope.
Luke Skywalker only had until Empire, and he was already a known name in that 4-year gap. Like a huge name. Him and Chewbacca, Leia, everybody, Han. They were all big names. Darth Vader. You could not get away from that name.
Yeah.
Avatar's had how long? And people cannot remember that Jake Sully is the name unless you read it.
Well, that's the other thing. I sent you a TikTok the other day of a guy bashing on Avatar 1. And he was saying, like, he remembered Jake Sully, but that was the only character he remembered. He didn't remember anything else about the movie. The fact that how not original it was. The one object that they're all going for is unobtainium.
Yes.
Which is not a clever name by any means for a new
horrible.
resource.
Yep.
And that's it. That's all he can remember from the movie. He's like, I don't remember anything else that I can really, judge on this movie.
No, there's nothing to it.
Yeah.
But he also said people can take a bathroom break anytime they want during Avatar: The Way of Water because they can see the scene they missed when they come see it again. Like, fuck this guy's ego.
I'm going to kick out that pedestal under his feet.
Jesus criminy. But the thing is it's not just us because all the comments are like, fuck this guy. Now they're like, you know what? I was going to see it, but now he's pissing me off. Every time he says something, I want to knock him down a peg by just not going.
Yeah, which is good. It's
still going to make gangbusters.
Yeah, I still don't get me wrong. I never want to see movies really fail.
No.
But when, directors come out like this,
Yeah.
you can't really back it. It's one of those where it's like, well, I maybe like the art, but hate the artist.
Yes.
That same thing with Quentin Tarantino we were talking about the other week.
Yep.
And all that too, of them just bashing on the actors, saying they're not real actors.
Yeah.
It's a tight niche community, and for you to say that, people are not going to be willing to work with you as much.
Yeah. Well, now I just saw a TikTok the other day from Quentin Tarantino, and I liked it, and I was like, that's really smart. You can both be dumb and smart. Like, trust us.
Yeah.
We do it all the time. But it's not about not respecting the artist, but you can disrespect kind of how they've changed or how their opinions have become like that curmudgeon back in my day, not on my lawn type stuff.
Exactly.
And Cameron has begun that moment in his life.
Yes.
But in better news, we had the Guardians of the Galaxy 3 trailer.
Okay.
That comes out May 5th next year. Looks super good, super emotional.
No.
Can't really talk to Nate about it, but there's some... he knows things that are supposed to pop up in this. My boy, we get a glimpse of Adam Warlock.
Yes. I've seen stills of him.
Yep.
Gold and shiny.
Yes.
Does he look beautiful? Does he look like the perfect human being?
I mean, no, that's subjective, right? I like
really
that actor.
is.
He's great.
Yeah. Will Poulter?
Yeah, Will Poulter. He's super good. So I'm excited for him to be doing that part. Then we also got Transformers Rise of the Beasts.
Yes.
Which is their Beast Wars movie now.
Yeah. I've seen a lot of screenshots of Optimus Prime from
As a gorilla.
Bumblebee to him in this movie.
Oh.
Of people comparing the designs.
Okay.
Being like, he looked better in Bumblebee than he did here.
Right.
But,
maybe it's not finished. I don't know.
Yeah.
But this is a follow-up to Bumblebee and not the original Transformers movies, which is a good sign.
It is a good sign, but someone said it's still in the Michael Bay verse. So it's leading up to that. And it's
what? How?
Yeah, I don't know. Prequels, they're trying to figure
totally
it
out
out.
Of time then.
Yeah.
then they never referenced that there was animal beast things running around. The
Right.
world knew about them in this movie.
I had no
apparently.
idea.
Fucking okay, whatever. But the really good trailer that came out is Indiana Jones 5: The Dial of Destiny.
Okay.
That looks really good. They de-aged Harrison Ford for some stuff in there, but it also
Nice.
looks like they're leveraging his age into the movie and not just have him being like a passenger. You know, he's actually involved in the action and stuff like that. It looks like a solid finale, I think, for this piece.
Cool.
But that's all Brazil Comic-Con.
Yeah.
How the fuck did they get all of this good stuff,
They get
man?
some
They got
good
a
shit,
ton of good
actually.
stuff.
Yeah.
Lucky
And
them.
kudos to them. That's
Yeah.
good. But I never saw the Crystal Skull. Do you think I should see that
Oh,
before?
you
Because I
haven't
heard it
seen
was bad.
It's disastrous.
Yeah, and I heard it's bad, so I'm like, do I need to watch
No,
this now?
I would say I would wait now, watch this one, and then watch Crystal Skull after.
All right, that's fair.
Don't let it sully Jake Sully the first three
Yeah.
reputations.
That's gonna be that should be a new saying right there. Don't let it solely.
Don't let it Jake Sully your thoughts on this.
Oh.
But yeah, I would definitely skip that one and go to it. Anything else? God, dude, the slacks are coming in hot and God damn it, I'm gonna have to turn this phone off. Jesus. Vince Vaughn says he's down for a dodgeball sequel. He said he has an idea that was fun and the studio likes it, and he thinks Ben is open to doing it. So Ben Stiller.
Okay. Yeah.
Would you like to see a follow up that far after, or is it like let it die?
I'd like to see follow up. Why not? You know, Ben Stiller's like a coach for another team to take back his global gym empire.
Oh yeah, I guess that would be his redemption story, right? He joined the good side, at
Or
the
that,
end.
yeah.
Yeah. I also saw that James Gunn announced Blue Beetle,
Well, that's been in the works.
but like officially, like there's
Yeah.
the poster and everything.
That's good. Because everyone was, I guess, on the fence if that was going to be canned like Batgirl.
Oh, that's right. And I saw that the creators of that are meeting with him soon,
Yeah.
so everybody's maybe getting their day back into the light to talk to the real new leader of this entire endeavor. So
That'd be good. Yeah, I'm excited to see what DC has going forward for them.
same.
Especially James Gunn being who he is. He kind of wants to do those quirky characters and the not so big, like the Trinity 3.
Right.
So it'd be nice to see some of the smaller, characters put into play.
For sure. Well, before we jump out of news and get into the themes of the week,
Yes.
we are technically doing this before those days happen, but I think we should do a couple birthday shout outs.
Oh, yeah?
My older brother, you know who you are. Happy birthday on December 9th.
Yes. And Katarina,
Mm-hmm.
who's been a guest on this pod,
Yep.
is also December 9th.
Yes.
So happy early late birthday?
Yeah, because, I mean, technically they're going to hear it late,
Yes.
but we're saying it ahead of time. So
Exactly.
that's points. Happy birthday. But yeah, anything else for news?
I got nothing.
All right.
That's it.
What theme would you like to start with?
Oh, what theme? Let's get into dreams.
Ooh, dreams/nightmares. I am down for that. Should I start with a classic Wikipedia?
Oh, let's
This is
do
a
it.
wiki heavy one.
Yes, I can imagine.
The Wiki Wild West, as we talked about last week. So a dream is a succession of images, ideas, emotions, and sensations that usually occur involuntarily in the mind during certain stages of sleep. Humans spend about 2 hours dreaming per night, and each dream lasts about 5 to 20 minutes, although the dreamer may perceive the dream as being much longer than this, which is very true. I just kept reading. This was the most confusing Wikipedia jargon for explaining anything I've ever seen. Like, it was so in-depth with like neurons and everything. But even then, I understand those terms. It was so convoluted of like doing brain surgery and how you can't, they just like jumped topics. I don't know what's going on there.
Yeah.
Maybe it was all a dream. Dreams are related to REM, which is rapid eye movement, that stage. It's the nocturnal hallucinations tend to be most vivid during the REM stage. So.
Yep. So I got, I kind of looked into some different stuff, and obviously there's different types of sleep,
Yes.
or dreams, not sleep.
Okay.
So daydream, that's one, obviously.
Daydreaming, yes.
Yeah.
I'm a big daydreamer.
But also, I went into a little bit more depth on lucid dreams. Have you heard of that, Todd?
I have heard of lucid dreaming. I do have a little blurb, but you can just take it all.
All right. So the big thing was when I was going through it, everyone's like, oh, you can teach yourself how to control your dreams. And that's
Yes.
pretty much what a lucid dream is.
Being aware.
Do you believe in it or not?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think it is a fine line because once you realize you're in a dream, are you really dreaming or are you just daydreaming in a sense? Because you can wake yourself up then.
Yeah.
And if you're... Because, I mean, I don't know. Because it's your body feels the sensation, so I think it's a little bit more than daydreaming, but it happens very quickly. You're not going to lucid dream for very long. I'm sure people would dispute that.
Yeah.
But do you believe in lucid dreaming?
I can see it to
It's been proven.
an
but-
extent, yes.
Yeah.
It is a fine line for sure of Like, what really are you having that sensation? Are you
Right.
are you going for that wet dream? Is that what you're going for?
Dude, you know what? TMI here. Anytime I know I'm going to in my dream, I wake up. It's almost like dying, right?
Yeah.
And I'm so mad because I kept staying in the lucid. I try to keep my mind in the lucid so I can have the best dream sex I've ever had in my life. Like, anything's possible.
Yeah.
But I always wake up. It's the most frustrating blue dream balls I've ever had in my life. But anyway.
Yeah.
Are you able to lucid dream? Have you? Or do you just, I mean, you said
I guess
you're on the fence.
I've
so
never
maybe,
really
you know?
thought about it.
Okay.
So,
Yeah, I've had
Yeah.
moments where I can.
according to sleepfoundation.org,
They better be the
how are
experts.
lucid dreams studied?
Okay.
So, first one is reality testing. This technique requires participants to perform tests throughout the day that differentiate sleep and waking. So,
Okay.
for example, a participant may ask themselves whether or not they are dreaming during the day, since self-awareness is not possible during a non-lucid dream. Being able
Right.
to answer this question proves they are in fact awake. Reality testing is based on the notion that repeated tests will eventually seep into the participant's dreams.
So, I wonder how reliable that test is because,
Right?
I mean, you're really trying to track the brain waves to see if that lines up, right?
Yeah.
Like whether they can be deemed REM or whatever into sleep.
Yeah.
And that's tough. It's tough to study sleeping and to prove one way
Right.
or the other.
Because you don't know what their state of mind is while they're
Right.
sleeping, except for them themselves.
Yeah, well, there's people in the world that I was reading recently that cannot picture things in their heads.
Hmm.
So how does that work for them?
Yeah.
What does dreaming look like if you can't? If I said, "Hey, picture a pink elephant," they literally cannot picture a pink elephant.
All
They
I
have
can
to
see is a
it.
pink elephant now.
But that's the thing. But there are people that can't, and that blows
Yeah.
my mind. So how would they? That would also differ whether people have that ability or
Yeah.
not.
The other study is mnemonic induction of lucid dreams, or MILD. This technique involves training oneself to recognize the difference between dreams and reality during sleep.
Yep.
Subjects wake up after a period of sleeping and repeat a variation of the following phrase: "Next time I'm asleep, I'll remember I'm dreaming." Researchers will include lucid dreams using the MILD method by waking up subjects after 5 hours of sleep.
Now you think that one works?
So what?
Do you think that study is like accurate?
I could see it. It's more of a, like right there when you wake up, you jot down maybe your dream, something like that, to where you remember it a little better.
You have to be quick because that shit
Yes.
goes so fast.
Oh yeah, no, I had a dream last night. I was like, oh yeah, I thought about it, and then maybe an hour later, I'm like, fuck, it was something, but now it's gone.
It was something.
Yeah.
Have you ever had those where you just wake up and you realize you didn't dream?
Yes.
Those are some of the best sleeps ever, though.
Yeah, they are.
You're like, my body just went cold.
Yes.
Yeah.
The next one is wake back to bed, which is
back to
weird.
bed.
Why they also like this one they put in parentheses like the mild, but it's just WBTB. So I was like, why? The mild makes sense because it's actually
An acronym.
yeah.
Okay.
Where this is just
Little bit.
Some people can induce lucid dreams using this technique, which involves waking up in the middle of the night and then returning to sleep after a certain amount of time has passed. WBTB is often used in conjunction with the mild technique. When these two methods are used together, the most effective length of time between waking up and returning to sleep appears to be 30 to 120 minutes.
I feel like that would interrupt that too much, but I guess
Right?
the REM happens like close to when you're waking up anyway. So I don't fucking know.
Yeah.
Man. That's. I'm glad they're getting paid to study this
Yeah.
stuff.
And then the last one is external stimulation. This technique involves
All right.
flashing lights and
me
other stimuli that are activated while the subject is in REM sleep.
Yeah.
The rationale behind this method is that the sleeper will incorporate the stimuli into their dreams, triggering lucidity in the process.
Okay.
Lucidity, yeah.
Yep. Okay.
So yeah, I mean, I guess I can see that with, when you're sleeping and your alarm goes off and that gets incorporated into your
Yes.
dream.
Or it feels like your dream already knew it was going to happen. Like your internal clock is synced up.
Yep.
And it knows like, oh, I set my alarm for 8 a.m. And then your dream at like 7:57 is like, I'm going to set up a thing where an alarm or a bell has to go off at this time.
Oh yeah.
But because our brains process things as slow or fast, did it actually happen that way? Or did right before the alarm went off or as it was, our brain like went into like a slow mode, like catch up all these plot lines to do it? Dreams are fucking weird, man.
Yeah, they are.
But I tried to look up the reason for dreams.
No.
And it says, for humans in the pre-classical era and continuing for some non-literate populations into modern times, dreams are believed to have functioned as revealers of truths sourced during sleep from gods or other external entities. So they try to explain dreams by gods, which we know that to be pretty common. From a Darwinian perspective, dreams would have to fulfill some kind of biological requirement, provide some benefit for natural selection to take place, or at least have no negative impact on fitness. That seems like a pretty weird, maybe just don't try to incorporate dreams into Darwinism. Cricks and Mitchison's 1983, quote, reverse learning theory states that dreams are like the cleaning up of operations of computers when they are offline, removing or suppressing parasitic nodes and other junk from the mind during sleep.
I could agree with that.
Okay. Next one. Hartman's 1995 proposal says that dreams serve a quasi-therapeutic function, enabling the dreamer to process trauma in a safe place.
Okay. I mean, that's kind of nice, yeah.
A lot of people, that's when people say, well, sleep on it.
Yeah.
And you wake up and you're like, oh, I feel a lot different. Mm-hmm. Your mind had time to process other things that maybe you don't remember.
Yeah, makes sense.
Then you get Freud, Mr. Sigmund Freud, whose dream studies focused on interpreting dreams, not explaining how or why humans dream, proposed that dreams preserve sleep by representing as fulfilled those wishes that otherwise would awaken the dreamer. Freud wrote that dreams serve the purpose of prolonging sleep instead of waking up. Dreams are the guardians of sleep and not its disturbers.
Okay, that's fair, I feel, to an extent.
To an extent. I don't love Freud's, but his reasoning for that was disputing a physician from Hamburg, only named Robert on Wikipedia, so that was interesting.
Fucking Robert.
Yeah, who suggested that dreams are a need and that they have the function to erase sensory impressions that were not fully worked up and ideas that were not fully developed during the day. In dreams, incomplete material is either removed, again, suppressed, or deepened and included into memory. And that's been my experience.
Yeah.
Where if you all of a sudden, I don't know, I'm looking around your room again, that's how I get all my inspiration. But let's say earlier today you text me and said, oh, the new issue of Saga is out or something. And then that's all I thought about, went back to work. I would dream about getting the new issue of Saga because my brain recognized that input happened and then I didn't get to explore it at all.
Yeah.
So it's the most mundane bullshit things that I dream about sometimes.
Yeah.
Somebody mentioned...
Do you ever have that, I guess, with video games? You stop at a certain point,
yes.
You go to bed, and then you dream about...
I don't dream about the plot.
Could have happened or what could be doing or anything like that.
But because if I'm playing the game, I'm so deep into thinking about all the different processes of the game, the story that I'm dealing with. So my brain is fully enveloped in it. But if I had maybe got mentioned another game while I was playing that, and I was like, oh yeah, that game's good. And then I went on and didn't think about it again. My brain would then, it logs that and says, we're going to talk about that later. But
it doesn't merge them like you're in Call of Duty, but as Kratos or some shit like that.
God mode for sure. It doesn't do that for me. I have been able to make dreams happen because I do repetitively think about one thing and be like, I want to dream about that. And if you just say that line over and over till you fall asleep, I have had it come to fruition. Yeah. It's rare, but I can do that.
Okay.
But that's why my dreams, don't get any ideas. He's going to start implanting and something me here. I put a lot of puzzles together. My dreams, images come in as puzzle pieces.
Okay.
It's fucking weird, man.
You're like, what am I dreaming about today? And bam, there's one piece of the puzzle. And you're like, what is that? I see some green in there.
But I can just tell that I'm putting a puzzle together while I'm dreaming. It's so weird.
Yeah, well, I guess I'll have to remember to subliminal message you your dreams as time goes. Mention something and then...
One thing. Reminders like this thing, but don't let me follow up on it.
Yep.
Oh, God. So then this kind of ties nightmares to this, but dying in dreams. I mentioned this earlier. Yep. You can't do it. Huh? People say they can. I don't disagree. I can't do it, but I know a lot of people in real life, right? Yeah, that's the video game logic or the sci-fi movie logic. But people that are able to say they die in dreams, what happens after you've died? You just seeing a black void? What do you see in that dream? Are you still dreaming, or did your brain realize?
Or is that where you wake up?
But that's the thing. Is that's why you can't quote unquote die in dreams, because you wake up as it's happening or right before. I always wake up, and obviously a lot of the theories are that it's so stressful it shocks your system, because we on this podcast love to talk about that, and we cause existential crises. So sorry, I really am. But your brain can't handle the thought of not existing, right? Yeah. So then it wakes you up and says, "I can't even process that." It's fucking what? Your brain doesn't know it.
I guess maybe the people, once you do die in your dream, that's
is this it. A new timeline?
That's it. No, that's it.
Yeah.
That's the people, is when they die in their sleep, the way you kind of want to hopefully go most of the time.
That's a nice way, yeah.
Yeah, that's the the thought behind
just
it,
goes
right?
black and you don't know whatever went black. That's terrifying, right? I mean, even if you're dreaming and it's nice, it's terrifying. It better be a sex dream, honestly. But so yeah, that led me to nightmares, which I got some information from harvard.edu. And a nightmare, also known as a bad dream, is an unpleasant dream that can cause a strong emotional response from the mind, typically fear, but also despair, anxiety, or great sadness. However, nomenclature differentiates between nightmares and bad dreams. Specifically, people remain asleep during bad dreams, whereas nightmares can awaken individuals. And it is during these REM episodes that brain structures and the default network exert influence. And it is during REM sleep that vivid recall dreams occur most often.
Okay.
And they're not to be associated with night terrors. That's a whole...
Yeah.
A lot of kids experience night terrors and not adults. And it's like, that's where you start like lashing out and your body like physically is like fighting against stuff, which is terrifying. Let's see. Anything else on dreams?
Nope. That's about it. I mean, I looked up, lucid dreams. They have like classes and all that you can do. And I was curious
You going to take one?
No.
Okay.
So one of it was like, oh, you have an online class and it's like $225 for 1 week.
What?
Yeah.
Jesus.
And I was like, And then there was one where it was like, oh, here's a 30-day course, but it's a money back guaranteed after 30 days if you don't like it.
That's kind of intriguing.
Right?
Because they're like, we can prove that you can lucid dream.
Yeah.
And if you can prove it, awesome.
Yep.
You know what? I think I'm good on dreams now.
All right.
Dreams and nightmares. A little quick one. Should we jump to theme 2?
Yeah, we shall.
Conspiracy theories?
Exactly.
So, do you want me to do the wiki and then you can tell me what you've learned?
Yeah, go for the wiki.
So, a conspiracy theory is an explanation for an event or situation that invokes a conspiracy by sinister and powerful groups, often political in motivation, when other explanations are more probable. Conspiracy theorists resist falsification and are reinforced by circular reasoning, which we know that is very true. Mm-hmm. Both evidence against the conspiracy and an abundance of evidence for it are reinterpreted as evidence of its truth, whereby the conspiracy becomes a matter of faith rather than something that can be proven or disproven. It's basically, well, you're wrong, and that's all they can offer. Historically, conspiracy theories have been closely linked to prejudice, propaganda, witch hunts, wars, and genocides.
All right. Yep. Fair enough.
That all sound accurate?
Yeah. So I was like, you know what? Where should I go for conspiracies?
Yes.
Live Live Science.
I fucking knew it. I saw that and I went past it, but I was like, Nate's going to go for it this time.
It's the perfect one for it, right? Yeah. After all this time, Live Live Science. This is
You're
catered for them.
The next article was popular mechanics, and I went, what the fuck? I'm also not going to them.
Yeah. So, I mean, it gave a list, so I'm just going to kind of go over a few of them.
Yeah.
And of course, like the moon landing, real, fake. How do you feel about it?
Totally real.
Yeah, exactly. Okay. I mean, why would you fake that? There's no reason.
They would say we'd fake that because we wanted to beat Russia in the space race.
Yeah.
But
I don't. Yeah. I think conspiracy theories now, too, like they've really gone out on a limb with everything that happened with coronavirus, COVID-19, all that.
Huge.
Like, that became such a huge thing.
Well, it got
the vaccine,
too,
the vaccine. Oh no! It's microbots that they're injecting into you, so that way.
Bill Gates.
Yeah.
Yes.
There's the fact of 5G was another thing with it as well, where people were saying, "Oh well, 5G, it's going to be radioactive towards you, and it's going to start like killing you off or whatever." And you're like, "This is just fucking ridiculous."
I can't get 5G to work in the middle of my town.
Yeah, and then like I said, going over earlier on TikTok, another one when you said Bill Gates, someone was like. Snow was created by Bill Gates. He's behind it. Yes, because someone took a fucking match and tried to light snow and it would burn or whatever. And it wouldn't melt into water is what they were worried about.
Where's this video?
It was on TikTok. Yeah. But the thing is, someone went through and like they debunked it right away. Like, well, it's a process. I can't remember the scientific name when a solid goes straight to a gas before it goes to a liquid.
Okay.
So it's just a scientific thing for it.
Well, obviously, yeah.
Yeah, it burns so hot that it goes straight to a gas. I'm like, okay, that makes sense. Mm-hmm. But it's just ridiculous, like the amount of people like believing this stuff. Then one of the other TikToks that came up, it's just so like, this is what drew me insane today of like going through these of people like believing this shit. I'm putting Live Life Science off to the side because it doesn't matter at this point.
Yeah.
One guy, he went over the whole fact of our world, it's covered in 70% of water.
Yep. And
he was baffled by that. Like, how do we know it's covered by 70% of water? Like, that doesn't make any sense.
So this is the flat Earth type stuff.
Yeah. Well, he's like, we haven't even discovered, only 5% of the ocean is what he said. Mm-hmm. I'm like, okay, but we have topical graphs. We can see the top of the water.
Deep, not.
Yeah. He's thinking like, oh yeah, we haven't discovered 5% of the water because there's a lot and that's not our natural habitat. So it makes sense.
We can't breathe there.
Yeah.
Sorry.
And he's like, so it's weird though, when you think about it, it's correlated of 70% of the earth is covered in water. Our body is made up of 70% of water. There's a connection there. We were born in water and all that too. And when
Wouldn't that just be argument for evolution?
it's I don't even know what he was going for in the end. And he was like, then he went over to the fact of, well, 70% of our body is water. Someone says we use 5% of our brain. So 5% of our 70% of water
and that's is debunked too.
Yeah, and he's like 5% or 7% of our water we're not using, so we should be able to control that because water has memory of its own kind. I was just like, this is so ridiculous.
He did put down his pad, and you might as well have the Charlie Day red string board behind him. I've never seen Nate so Rogan-esque.
But yeah, it is ridiculous because the amount of like conspiracy theories when they are debunked, flat Earth being another one, why people don't believe it, I'll never understand to this day.
But you love when you catch them in that their brain like freezes mode. When somebody, I remember there was a simple one. People have done way better arguments, obviously, but somebody was like, well, Earth is flat. And they're like, okay, so let's say Earth is flat. Then why can you see that so Saturn's flat? And they're like, well, that's different.
Right.
Why is that different?
Yeah, exactly.
Why would the rest of the planets be orbs?
Well, yeah, the fact that they believe the sun, I'm just imagining like a giant poster of the world going around in orbit.
It's like that they put the sunglasses on the sun that we always see.
It's ridiculous. And then you got lizard people.
Oh, that's right.
Like that one, I don't understand like where that
it's all politician stuff
came from. And then of course you got DIA. There's the whole thing of that here.
I do. You want me to talk about DIA real quick?
Yeah, let's go for it.
Yeah, so just down the road, the Denver International Airport is well known for a number of conspiracy theories. For starters, the airport was $2 billion over budget, leading some to believe it has an underground structure that is either used as bunkers or as the headquarters of the supposed world-controlling group, the Illuminati. The Illuminati.
Yes,
the triangle. Others believe the building was built by neo-Nazis because markers and plaques around the airport say it is funded by, quote, the New World Airport Commission. But no information can be found about the organization anywhere. Some even say the runways are laid out like a swastika if viewed from above. But isn't that the patterns are similar to that because it's the most ergonomical way to create an airport? You don't just have miles of them. But anyway, the art around the airport is also some people's cause for concern. It is weird art. Let's not. It is. Art
weird. In general, though, that's just weird. But
they're like, let's just put it. Whoever you want to put this in here, great.
Yeah.
Most notably, there is a 32-foot sculpture of a horse named
Lucifer.
Yes, it is.
And I love it.
Yep, that fell on its sculptor and killed him. That is very true. But it has red beady eyes when you drive by it. But you're like, hey, Lucifer, hey, how's it going, Odie? Murals around the airport are also troubling to some, including images of a Nazi officer in a gas mask. That's true. Children near a burning building, and the devil jumping out of a suitcase. Again, we can't, just because they choose some weird fucking art pieces does not mean it's the Illuminati.
Well, that's the other thing, too, is like, who knows? What if that art was like, hey, the artist, I'm going to do this. And they're like, okay, go for it. But then he's like, I'm going to add in some touches of my own, for fuck's sakes.
And then they see it and they're like, how long is it going to be to redo that?
Yeah.
Someone could just fucking put it up, man.
Right.
This thing's the size of Manhattan. Put it over there and they're not going to see this. Any other conspiracy before I jump on to some I found?
The only other thing, I guess, well, actually, go into yours. I can go ahead and do it after.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
There is obviously some of the most popular conspiracy theories in the U.S. Surround the John F. Kennedy assassination, the grassy knoll, the line of sight. Even the Umbrella Academy has a fun thing that involves that assassination. A lot of people play with that specific moment. He just got shot. That we can't dispute that part. Some people believe the American military installation Area 51 is researching and experimenting on aliens and their spacecraft. People think specifically they're studying a crash that happened near Roswell, New Mexico in 1947. The government has said the facility is used to test experimental aircraft for the military, which would make sense.
Yeah.
Why you're seeing things you are not used to seeing in the sky because they're trying different shapes and ways to do it. There has also been 2,032 Bigfoot sightings in Washington state.
Yeah, I saw them there once.
Yeah, my date might have been one. Did I talk about that on the pod?
Yep.
So she's probably one of the 2,032. One of my funnest one was there were a lot of Mattress Firm stores in Illinois, all within a few miles of one another, leading some to believe it was a money laundering business. I believe that one because they're even nearby. There's like 3 in a row within a mile.
Okay,
like,
so you got a conspiracy theory that you're behind.
That one I'm all in on. No, I don't believe it's a money laundering, but I believe it's a bad business practice.
Yeah.
There are so many Mattress Firms near each other, like blocks away. how many of us are buying mattresses that often or need to be like, well, that one's one block closer? That's insane. I don't know what they're... I want to TikTok and stuff just exploring the mattress firm.
Yeah.
But I'm glad that it's like big enough to get notoriety. And then there, you did mention the COVID-19 one. Yes, that's all there. QAnon has become a big...
Oh, yeah. I saw that. I didn't really go into it, but it was like, oh, it's a new thing. And I'm like, meh.
It's for the best. Then there's a lot of weather-related ones. People believe that the Yellowstone volcano is going to erupt, it probably will at one point, but that the government knows when it's going to erupt.
Yeah.
Okay. The Joplin, Missouri tornado, they say, was created by a military installation in Alaska. And then most of them are about cloud formations. A bunch of clouds formed over the beach one day, and they were like, oh no. That's the legit level of...
That's like the airplanes when they leave the trail. Everyone's like,
yes.
oh, that's chemicals are releasing into the air. Yep.
Yeah. Well, the cloud thing reminds me of the movie Nope, which is Peele's... I mean, that's all about... Watch that if you're interested in conspiracy theories on clouds and Area 51 and shit. Spoiler. That has nothing to do with Area 51, but just that general idea.
Yeah.
I think... Yeah, that's most of the big ones.
Yeah, I was going to say, it kind of actually relates to the whole Nope thing of Inside Job on Netflix. Like, that thing is all conspiracy theories, that entire show. It's an animated show.
I haven't watched any of this. Have you?
Yeah, I've seen it's got 2 seasons out.
Oh, okay.
And it's decent. It's good. It's got some good stuff in there.
Okay.
But yeah, it's 100% all conspiracy theories. It's got the Illuminati. It's got the lizard people. It covers like any and all major conspiracy theory stuff.
Now, do they talk about how the conspiracies are dumb, batshit insane stuff, or do they give credence to people that are like, oh...
No, they definitely... It's like off the wall, like ridiculous.
Okay, they're not...
It's like South Park in a sense.
Gotcha. Oh, okay.
You know, where they have those conspiracy theories on there as well that they cover.
Man, bear, pig?
Man, bear, pig, you know, crab people, whatever it is.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. I'll have to check that out. That's the recommendation for this theme. We don't do one very often.
Nope.
I started for a couple episodes and it went away. Anything else on conspiracy theories?
Nothing else, I guess. If anyone's got some good conspiracy theories, let us know. Let's hear them. What you got?
If they involve people at gas stations with QR codes, which was our... we realized editing this was our social media share that we forgot about last episode. But yeah, share your conspiracy theories with us. And I don't know why this even just popped in my mind, but the movie Signs, where they have the tinfoil hats. That's what I always think about when I think of tinfoil conspiracy. And then sometimes you're proven right in the world of M. Night Shyamalan. Hopefully not the weather stuff. Right. Before we jump off, Nate, do you have a conspiracy theory? Anything that you believe? You're like, people don't always believe it?
Off the top of my head, no. I don't have anything that's like...
It's probably the
I
best
stand
answer.
behind and I'm like, yes, 100%. I go to my deathbed with this and I tweet about it every single day. No, nothing.
Well, you don't even tweet, so that would be conspiracy theory if all of a sudden I was like, you have an account where you just tweet the same thing? Holy shit, we have a problem.
Yes.
People do try to do interventions. I did read about that, but conspiracy theories themselves are maybe emotionally satisfying, but they assign blame to a group to which the theorist does not belong, and so absolving the theorist of moral or political responsibility in society. So whether you want to try to like break through to them, it's safer.
Yeah.
To have a theory and be like, "Whoa, that's them, and they're doing all this. That explains all this shit that I'm afraid of." Religion. Okay, so are we ready to move on from
we are
this to the movie of the week?
Yes,
which is 2001's
Vanilla Sky.
It is finally time for Vanilla Sky.
Yeah,
the end of Sigh is talking about Vanilla Sky.
Yes,
nailed it. All right, Nate. So. First thoughts on Vanilla Sky. This was your first time watching it, right?
Yeah, first time watching it, and it's a movie that I feel you definitely need to watch more than once.
Yes, 100%.
It is. There's a lot of zigs and zags in this movie that you're trying to figure out, okay, does this correlate with what happened earlier in the movie? Mm-hmm. And like, I'm not saying it's a bad movie by any means.
Right, I gotcha.
It's still good. But yeah, it's one of those where to digest it, just like Inception in the sense of like, you have to go back and think about, okay, well, this happened here, this happened here. Is this really how it ended, or is it what like your own interpretation is? Which I'm sure after multiple viewings, everyone's still going to have their own interpretation of how it ended.
Absolutely. And it's no mystery. This is my favorite movie. I loved rewatching it.
Yeah.
But I totally agree that this movie on first watch, you get done, you go, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Okay. But having watched it so many times now, everything makes isn't perfect order, and it makes sense. I'm like, oh, that's not even confusing. None of it is confusing to me.
Well, I got a question in here that we'll see if you can answer.
Okay, I'm ready for it.
That's the big one.
Okay, I'm ready to discuss this as we go through, because this is a movie that is trying to fake you out while showing you everything. So but it's like sometimes it's out of order, sometimes it's in order and still confusing. But that's not to dissuade you from watching, and we're going to talk about it. But I would totally watch the movie before you listen if you get a chance, just so it's not all spoiled.
Yeah,
because we are going to get into it. But I mean, again, non-spoiler. I love it.
Yep.
And we'll start with the synopsis, which I have on the back of the DVD.
Ooh.
So, young, handsome, and wealthy publishing tycoon David Ames, who is Tom Cruise, can have anything his heart desires. Still, David's charmed life seems incomplete. One night, David meets the woman of his dreams, Penelope Cruz, and believes he may have found the missing piece. But a fateful encounter with a jealous lover, Cameron Diaz, suddenly sends David's world out of control, rocketing him on a roller coaster ride of romance, sex, suspicion, and dreams to a shocking final awakening you will never forget. And yeah, that's the synopsis.
Works out. I mean, the first line says it all with Tom Cruise, right?
Yeah, dude, that was before my fascination with Tom Cruise. So many fascinations started during this movie.
Yeah.
But yeah, so directed by Cameron Crowe, who filmed this back-to-back with Almost Famous, which people love that movie, which some of the same actors show up in both of these.
Okay.
And that's why the soundtrack is fucking phenomenal.
Yeah.
The cast, Tom Cruise as David Ames, Penelope Cruz as Sophia Serrano, Cameron Diaz as Julie Gianni, Jason Lee as Brian Shelby, Kurt Russell as McCabe the therapist, Timothy Spall as the company attorney, and Michael Shannon as the prison guard. And we'll get into some other cast members later down the road here. But the soundtrack, again, my God, I love all of it. Nancy Wilson as kind of in control at various artists. And it said that the album has been subject to critical acclaim from its reviewers, being called a music masterpiece by the New York Times. The eclectic taste of the soundtrack has been said to be one of the reasons the movie has become a cult classic. The eponymous song from the soundtrack, Vanilla Sky, was written by Paul McCartney for the movie and was nominated for an Academy Award for Best Original Song.
Okay.
Yeah, and just some more context for the movie. It was the first version of this movie is called Abre los Ojos, which is Open Your Eyes, written by Alejandro Amenábar and Mateo Gil, directed by Alejandro, and it is almost a shot for shot.
Have you seen it?
I have never seen it for the reason because I like this movie so much. But I don't think it would take away, but I hear it is almost identical.
Yeah.
And
Well,
Penelope Cruz plays Sophia as well in that one.
Yeah, so she plays the same role in two separate movies.
Within 4 years of time.
So it's kind of weird. And I guess Penelope Cruz for Vanilla Sky got a Razzie Award. Yeah.
I never heard that.
Yeah, apparently she got a Razzie for Vanilla Sky and her acting in it.
I think she's great acting in this.
Yeah, so I was kind of surprised. I was like,
I hate the Razzies anyway.
Yeah.
But yeah, anyway.
Very weird. Unless they did it because she played the same character.
I imagine that's probably why.
The same movie in a sense. Yeah. But yeah,
you don't have to,
it's kind of weird.
Reinvent the wheel with that acting for that one. But I think she's great in this. Obviously, I'm biased because I like the movie. But I'm trying to think, like, even I can admit when people are, there's some stuff that is weird, but I don't think her acting was the weird one.
Yep.
But anyway.
All right.
Fair enough. Shall we get into it, Nate?
Yeah.
Spoiler. Alert.
Yeah. Oh, obviously the spoiler alert already played, but it is on Paramount Plus, and I would recommend watching this movie before we talk about it if you get a chance.
Yep. Second, that one again.
All right.
For sure. We'll start with plot point 1. Open your eyes.
Yep.
And so we start on an empty New York City, and Tom Cruise wakes up, gets ready, and it's incredible feat that they did of clearing out these streets in real New York City.
Okay, that was real New York. Oh, shit. I was wondering. I was thinking about it. I was like, okay, it looks like a legit set. Did they recreate the set, or is this actually New York?
That's actually Times Square.
Yeah, kudos to them, because it does look really good. And yeah, clearing that out, I can't imagine, like, hey, get your shot right first time, because we don't got a lot of time.
No, for sure. Well, I was reading about that specific, how they did it, and that Rudy Giuliani, who's terrible shit, was mayor at the time, but they talked to him and he said, well, Cameron Crowe, you have a tendency to do a lot of reshoots or you take many takes. And like, we don't have time to shut down the city for that long, or Times Square for that long. And I think they had like 3 hours, and he said, we'll give you 3 hours. So it says, Crowe and his team then spent weeks prepping and rehearsing for the sequence. On the day of the shooting, the production had Times Square for 3 hours on a Sunday morning, and everything ran smoothly, way too smoothly. According to Crow, they managed to do multiple takes and they still had more than an hour left. And then Tom Cruise says, I'll just run back and forth and you can do running shots, which is what he does anyway, which is what the mayor's office was afraid we'd be doing, Crow explains. We had an hour and 15 minutes or so left, so Tom just ran and it was beautiful. It was just, we were in gravy land. We got even that done early. And I'm telling you, it was a count of 15 before all of the traffic and the people just returned to Times Square. It was stunning. It was like what we'd done had never happened.
Wow. Well, I was going to say, yeah, within the first 5 minutes of this movie, we have a Tom Cruise run.
Hell yeah.
And I was like, all right, this is a Tom Cruise movie for sure.
It really is, yeah. But I mean, what an amazing to run through the streets and no one's there. Nobody's walking.
Like, that's an experience no one has ever really had. I can't imagine, like, nowadays, like, trying to recreate that of clearing out the city just to shoot a scene.
Yeah, the amount of money you probably have to pay to shut down that expensive of tourist attraction for 3 hours.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, imagine being the tourist, like, going to see Times Square and not being able to go see Times Square.
Hopefully he had more than the 3 hours, but I would love to be on one of those. I'm sure if you just pan the camera to the left, hundreds of thousands of people just standing against a fence watching. That would be amazing.
Yeah.
But yeah, and then we get the iconic line, open your eyes, over and over. It's a soft voice at first, and then it becomes like a demanding voice.
Mm-hmm.
Real quick, what did you think about the TV on the floor? He gets out, and he has a TV that's in front of his bed, he touches it, and it goes down into the floor.
I was like, it seems like they're really setting up the future. Like, oh, this is placed in the future when it came out.
Right? Like, but it's not.
Yeah.
Ish. Yeah, I don't know what.
So it was just kind of weird of like, I was like, okay, it makes sense. I guess I'm not too fazed by it because that has become a thing for people. Where it's like at the end of their bed it's just a TV that lifts up out of the end of their bed. That way it can go away. Yeah.
And then we realize that he's in bed with Cameron Diaz. He wakes up again. She's there. They're totally friends with benefit situation.
Yes.
And she is totally in love with David.
Oh yeah. She's talking. And this is where I was talking earlier. She just has a lot of lip smacking noises in this scene as she's talking because the camera's so close. And every time she opens her mouth, I heard and I was like, oh my gosh. Like, I wonder how that is as an actor, like going back and listening, if that's an issue for them, like it is for you.
He's so animated over there. Yeah, we did talk about lip smacking. I think we cut that part out. But yes, I'll have to listen to it again and see. I don't know if I never noticed it at first. But listening to it with headphones on and playing, that's much different. But I'm glad that you noticed it now. Welcome to that. But yeah, so she's totally in love with him. And he's always like, I'll see you later. And she hates that, whatever. But he goes to hang out with Jason Lee, who is, or Brian, who is Jason Lee. But he goes out there and all of a sudden, everything's there. Like he looks real quick, but New York City is back to full capacity.
Yeah, he's got a different car because in the first scene, he had like a Ferrari or something like that.
So nice.
And then he switched over to a Mustang, 60s Mustang.
Yeah, all three cars. And we'll get to Cameron Diaz's car. They're all great muscle cars, like for that time. And then you get introduced to Brian, who I love that character. He's got his entire through line is it's the sour and the sweet, and I know sour, which allows me to appreciate the sweets.
Yes. I'm kind of like, not from the movie standpoint, but like disappointed. Like he didn't really go on to do much more movies. He had My Name is Earl, and I think that was it. So he's more of a TV star than a movie star, but I would like to see him in more movies.
Yeah, he did like Chasing Amy and stuff. He did some Kevin Smith projects, but he was never a big star after this, right? Yeah, and he talks about Julie Gianni. I like his line of, my dream girl is your fuck buddy.
Yeah.
Because David Ames is the rich playboy guy. He gets all of the chicks when he wants them. That's kind of been his life. Yeah. And they get into a near crash, which the line is, your life flashed before my eyes. And Tom Cruise is like, how was it? And he's like, almost worth dying for. It's like, that just kind of sets the stakes for this guy.
Yeah.
Is just living it on gravy. So then he goes to work for a magazine.
Yeah, and you kind of find out he's pretty much, he got handed this job. His father was the one that started the company, got it all set up, and now he's there with a board of directors that his father appointed when he died. And the Seven Dwarfs, who are totally against him.
Yeah, they have 49% control of the company. He's got 51.
Yep.
And his really awesome company attorney is always fighting for him. He's trying to keep control in David and the family's basically power, I should say. But it's basically shown that the dad's not proud of him because he's terrified of heights. Like, he's not the son he always wanted, but he did leave the keys of the kingdom to David.
Yeah, his dad was a big explorer of the world, didn't watch TV or anything like that. He was always about like the next adventure.
Yeah, I did like they mention his biggest magazine was the Reader's Digest or TV Digest, but he's never watched TV. He never even owned one. He's like, oh, yeah, that's the smart businessman type of thing. But then we get a stark jump in change of pace where all of a sudden we're in like a prison holding cell, and David Ames is wearing a latex mask.
Yep.
And we're introduced to McCabe, Kurt Russell, the therapist.
Yeah. And I'm glad with the mask here, they left an opening and they made sure, hey, we can hear your voice clearly for the most part, not where it's muffled or anything like that.
Yeah, you can see his eyes and his mouth. And it's supposed to like move with his face. But it's also very weird from what you're seeing where he is now to what they're showing at this prison.
Yep.
And you kind of get the narration with the therapist, kind of how you get a lot of backstory of David talking about, well, this is what I was thinking at the time that this happened. They're trying to put the timeline together.
Yes.
And he says, you've been charged with murder. There's 4 weeks until the sentence. And then Tom Cruise is screaming, there is no murder. And you're like, so there's a lot of already confusion starting of like, what is going on in this movie? And then he ends with that line of, well, what was that guy thinking? Was it guilt, hate, shame, revenge, love? And that's where it cuts.
Yep. Well, before I went into this movie, like this movie is better when you don't know anything going into it.
100%.
Because when I went into it, watching it, of course, the little thing is like, oh, it's a sci-fi movie and drama and all that. And I was like, okay, sci-fi. When the fuck is that going to come into play? Okay. Yeah, so that really threw me already for a loop to start off. Where I was like,
sci-fi is a loose term for this.
Yeah.
Very loose, but yeah. Okay. But that would totally throw you off.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I didn't know. I don't know. I'm obviously at that point. I didn't know what to expect when I first watched it.
As it went on, I was like, oh, this seems more like a romantic story than anything else.
Oh, totally. It does come back to love, which the greatest stories do, or whatever. Plot point 2: Sophia and the saddest girl to ever hold a martini. So we're at David's big birthday party where Steven Spielberg is there.
Yeah, it was a quick cameo of him just. That was it. And they didn't even acknowledge or him have a line, nothing.
No.
But he was there.
Just a friend for Crow, probably. Like, hey, can we do a cameo? That'd be awesome.
Right?
Which gives a little credence. Steven Spielberg likes this movie, I think. But then Sophia arrives, and she's a bit of an artistic introvert. She's very quiet. And Julie does describe her as a moth, which I thought was very accurate.
Yeah.
And she comes in with Brian, who found her at like a bookstore or something. But poor fucking Jason, because it's like love at first sight for him. But then David sees her and it's like love at first sight for him.
Yep. That's a whole thing throughout this movie of like him being like, hey, let's not let a girl come between us or anything like that. And, you know, I do like her, but I know you and who you are. And
he immediately gives her over.
Yeah, exactly. So they kind of do a whole flirting montage of them kind of like going back and forth. I think when they first met was like the art piece, like who would pay for something like this or whatever.
Oh, the Jimi Hendrix smash guitar.
Yeah.
I think.
And he comes up, oh, it was actually a gift, which I do like that. Like imagine like having all the pieces from a smash guitar of a set. Yeah. That'd be quite the piece to have.
And she's like, oh yeah, I like it or whatever. Yeah. She immediately switches.
So pretty much it's a whole back and forth cat and mouse between them of like him trying to get her interested. They go up to his like study or whatever. And he closes the door, like, all right, see you later, and like shuts her out. Like, oh, I'm not too worried about it, but he's looking through the peephole. She's kind of going back and forth. Should I go in? Should I not go in? She ends up going back in. Yep.
And real quick, right before they get to that, what did you think about it? So there's a hologram jazz singer, and they're like putting their hand through it, and it's just on the floor. I was like, that's amazing.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Sophia's the one messing with it the most too, because like everyone there is already kind of the rich status. They know about it. They've seen it. And she's like, what's going on here? I've never seen something like this, it seems.
Right. She's the fish out of water. So the blend of his life and hers are completely different the way they operate. We do get also a little introduction with the company attorney who's like family above all else, hate the Seven Dwarfs. And he says, your nickname is Citizen Dildo.
Yes.
If you had a bad nickname for yourself, what would it be?
Bad nickname.
Like one that you're like, fucking goddamn it.
I feel like it's probably Nasty Nate.
You love that one, though. You were going to be the pirate Nasty Nate.
It worked for pirate, but, you know, in regular life.
True. If you're just Nasty Nate, that would be pretty bad.
But, you know, in life, it's just...
That's very true.
Like, it comes down to, you know, my brother is like, Uncle Nasty Nate over there. And I'm like, I don't want to... That doesn't sit right.
That sounds like you're like a weird porn producer. I was trying to think about it myself. I think people just like to say Toad because they're not inventive. You add an A instead of a, like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
But that's been it.
That or toddler.
Oh, fuck, that's right. You honestly did block that out. Assholes have used that one too. No. I love you. You know who you are. But he does have speaking of asshole, the attorney says, claim your life, learn to be an asshole. And he's like, I think you're drunk. I'm going to send you home. He's like, give him a raise.
Yeah.
I love this guy. Give him a raise, send him back 50%. He's got the big corner office, whatever. And then he does God, I'm sorry, I'm jumping back here. He does see Julie Gianni in his room.
Yes.
When he goes up there and she's naked. And he's like, I didn't invite you, Julie. Which is an asshole move to say that. And not invite her when you are apparently seeing her like every weekend.
See, that's a hard one too. Because like she's even done the job of like, hey, yeah, we're fuck buddies. Like we're friends and that's it. Like at the beginning, she was like, yeah, don't you ever marry me or anything like that. Like she's
testing the waters though, I think.
But still, it's one of those things of like, don't do it. Just be fucking upfront about it. Don't be a shit like that.
Right. And her actions are definitely not matching her intentions.
100%.
Because you can tell she's obsessed with him.
Yeah.
And she's immediately jealous of Sophia. Yeah. That's when she calls her the moth. But yeah, and then we get the Vanilla Sky actual kind of, we get Monet's The Scene at Argenteuil, which is an 1873 oil painting by Claude Monet, one of a series of paintings the artist made of the area. And that's where David Ames owns the Vanilla Sky painting. Yeah. But he also has his snowboard. She's like, that's.
And I painted this. But yeah, the painting was like his mother's favorite and all that too.
God, you know what I would do to own that fucking painting? It's in a private collection, but I bet, I would love to have that thing.
So find this private collector and
a heist. We know how to heist now.
Yes, we do.
All right. But yes, back to that poor Brian I put in here because he didn't get cock blocked. He got cock replaced. Yeah. Like totally just, I'm going to do this. And Brian's drunk. I like Jason Lee playing drunk. He's like, I good you bid evening. Yeah. As he's leaving and he's spilling and all this stuff. But he's like, without the bitter, the sweet ain't as sweet. So he's like, this is a lesson for you. Like everything, I'll take all of this and internalize it so I can write the book about David is apparently what he's doing. Yep. And then we leave the party.
Yeah. A little bit before the party. Like I said, this movie, there's a lot going on.
For sure. We're going to jump,
Todd's going to have to walk me through a lot of it.
It's all good. Yeah.
But we had the point of, hey, when he first went up to Sophia, Tom Cruise, he had a line of like, hey, I got a stalker that's following me, which was Cameron Diaz. And so it's a whole bit on that of them trying to kind of escape her through the movie.
How did I fucking not put that in my... How did I not put that in here?
Your favorite movie and you missed that. Oh,
that's one of the most iconic lines. That's why it's even my plot point. I think I had it and I moved stuff and then I actually
You probably have it in the club scene, huh? Don't you?
No, I don't. Oh. But yeah, he's... Julie comes downstairs after that interaction where she's trying to sleep with him and he says no. And then he goes up to Sophia and he's like, hey, strappy shoes, red dress, strappy shoes. And she says, the saddest girl to ever hold a martini. And he's like, that's just... Yep. And that makes her sad to even think about it. You can see Sophia. It hurts Sophia as well to see that this person is in pain.
Oh, yeah.
And that it is where she can see the obsession and it all comes down to these little moments and these little mistakes that people make. Great. Good callback on that one. I can't fuck me. But then we do get him going to Sophia's apartment. And she's the messy version of his like rich and like monitored life a little bit.
Yes.
And she does say everyone at that party is connected to you for survival in some way.
Right.
And
that was kind of a powerful line right there.
Very much is.
Being like, you are this person in power and you are responsible for their lives and their well-beings right now at this point. So,
I did love just that idea of them being connected to you for survival.
Yeah.
And so, but it's really key here that he looks around her apartment and there's pictures of herself doing all sorts of things all over the place. Sophia's on the beach. She's wearing a mask. She's in bed. There's all this stuff. Just like it's her life just in imagery.
Yeah.
And he's like, I like your life. And she makes a crack about his life being the one she's worried about.
Yeah.
And then you can tell he gets sad about it. He actually hits him. And she says, one of the other iconic lines from this one is, every passing minute is another chance to turn it all around. And then it kind of cuts to them watching a little quick thing about Benny the dog on TV. It keeps cutting back to this funny kind of side story.
Well, yeah, it's something that like Tom Cruise is infatuated with throughout the movie as well. Like it starts off, he's like, I like watching this. I like seeing what's going on with it.
Yeah, Benny the dog. It's life extension advertisement, and it actually uses Conan back in the day when he did late night, and Benny the dog is sitting there, and it's just he's like, is Benny still frozen? Because the story of Benny is Benny fell into the ice in the lake. And they reanimated Benny. They were able to, Life Extension was able to bring him back. And this guy's like,
could you imagine being that dog's owner?
Right.
Like, how excited you'd be. But like, you're getting probably money thrown at you like crazy. Just because your dog fell in a lake and they were able to reanimate it.
Yeah.
Fucking crazy.
I mean, obviously the best prize is getting your dog back.
But
100%, the bonus of the money is definitely a cherry on top.
Yeah. That's really like, I'm going to give this dog the best fucking life.
Benny the dog. And then we get to plot point 3, the bridge and the new face of David Ames.
Yes.
So he's on cloud fucking 9,000, leaving Sophia's. She also is.
Well, yeah, because they have a moment where they kiss and all.
Yes.
And I thought there was a
He draws a
interrogation
picture of
scene
her as
before
well.
this.
Oh, what?
I thought there was an interrogation
They
scene.
They kind of cut back and forth between the prison, and they'll kind of explain what he was doing at the time, but it doesn't.
Because it kind of like explains him about how he wants to savor the moment, how he kind of
pleasure
like
delayer.
Yes, exactly. Yep. Mm-hmm. And so from this point on, they finally kiss, and they have a kiss that's very meaningful and impactful.
It's a very romantic moment.
Yeah, and he leaves after that. Like, they don't progress it any further. Mm-hmm. They just leave it as that kiss, and I think that stands more being just that kiss, rather than like, all right, we're going to have a hookup scene real quick, and then we'll go.
Right, it's the potential is almost better than the actual happening of it. Yep. And I did write kind of separate. Like, it is... Those are kind of the best moments where life, like they say, like life feels extra worth it. It's that pre-honeymoon phase almost.
Yes.
It's where everything's energized. Your neurons are firing like crazy.
100%. Yeah.
You get to meet this person. And then, dun, 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 a pivotal moment happens next when he leaves Sophia's apartment.
Yep.
Julie Gianni is waiting in her very nice car. And she says a line of, you never seem to be there for your friends until they've given up on you. And he gets into the car with her.
Yep.
She says, come with me. We'll go have a good time. He thinks about it. He doesn't want to. He's even like, Julie, don't. We're not doing this. Mm-hmm. And she makes him feel bad. And to almost like be a good friend or a nice guy for her for once, he gets into the car for her.
Oh, yeah. She crazy right here for you. And Cameron Diaz is a good choice for this, for crazy. Yeah. Because she can play it off like it's such an easy task, which is
serious to manic very quickly.
Yes. And it's going throughout the entire thing of how she loves him and everything. And, she wants to just be in the moment with him.
What's happiness to you, David?
Yes.
And it is these choices that we make that follow you forever. So Jason Lee, Brian's character, says to Julie Gianni at the party, oh, you're his fuck buddy. And she says, did you tell him I'm your fuck buddy? And that just, you can tell the tone changes. And I fucking love you. She slams her head on the steering wheel. And at this point, he's like, I don't know what the fuck to do with this. And I'm sorry to all my family and friends. You know what line's coming, Nate? Speaking of, oh God, the next line is always stuck with me. She says, I've swallowed your gum. That means something. But I mean, for as funny as that line is, that's a very serious line where she's like, that means something. And it's like, it does mean something to a degree, right? Like, especially maybe when I watched 2001, it seems a little bit more like it means something and, life happens, whatever. Yeah. But it means a lot to Julie that they've had this connection. She's done certain things for him. And so she starts driving faster and faster and faster. And she says, do you believe in God?
Yeah. Like that line there, for someone just being in that deranged state, just pedal to the metal and asking, do you believe in God? Mm-hmm. Like right there, I would be doing anything and everything to get that car to a fucking halt. Pulling the e-brake, whatever it is.
Well, he does try. He says, I love you, Julie.
Yes.
But I think that seals it for her. Yeah. Because that's the, spoiler, last thing she'll hear from him then. Mm-hmm. Because then she floors it and turns towards a bridge. And he tries to pull the steering wheel, like, doesn't happen.
The other thing, too, is like, I'm glad he pulled the steering wheel because I was like, it took a while for him to grab it. And I was like, what are you doing? What are you doing? Grab the steering wheel. Do something. I'm glad he did. And then the other part of going off the bridge, I'm like, okay, I'm following some fucking water. It is an overpass bridge and straight into fucking concrete.
It's a great practical crash.
Yes.
It is such a, like, boom.
Yep.
Dead stop. And then it's a practical. You see the car's entire front just collapse. And then it's up on its hood and then it falls back down.
It's such a real moment in the fact, too, of they crash. And it's not like a cut or anything like that. It's just, you see the impact of the crash. You sit there and let that impact take you in. And then you see people running from behind to come up and help them after that crash. Yeah. Yeah, I do love that little detail of the background of a few people from different cars reacting, looking at each other and running to the crash. Yes. It's just, I would love to see how many times they crashed a car there. Because there's a couple times they show it and it falls to the side on one quick shot. And I was like, there's also could be playing of who's remembering this. Okay. But great practical effect. And then all of a sudden, we're in Central Park. And he's walking with Sophia like nothing ever happened. We know as the audience, this is not real. Yeah, it's fake. And he starts to remember, explains that his face and arm were reconstructed, but he doesn't remember. But he's got this headache that won't go away, and now he can't wake up. And then McCabe, the narrator / therapist, says, he says to him, my dreams were a cruel joke. They taunt me. And then this is where you enter Sigur fucking Rós. Okay. All right. Where it starts to go in. We start getting clips of things that he can't remember as they're kind of playing this montage. And we get to see the accident aftermath where he is walking broken alone
And then this is where we tie it in our conspiracy theory thing, because he's saying the 7 dwarfs are trying to seize power. Yeah. They definitely plan to get me in this accident. This is all happening. This is all them just trying to seize it.
It's just a spiral for him going down now at this point.
Taking a lot of pills. He's a recluse now.
Mm-hmm.
And somebody else does mention that Julie is dead from the accident, that she died from the car crash.
Yep.
He was just completely fucked up. And we do get to see his face. And it is scarred. They did great effects with his face. It's scarred. It's kind of tilted sideways. He can't open his mouth all the way. Mm-hmm. And he just has to do that for a lot of the movie. It's a total 180 from his previous life.
Being out there and open, just excited to see people and hang out with them, whatever it may be, to being secluded and pretty much hiding himself like a hunchback in a sense.
Yeah, definitely. Early on you see like even model-esque people and all of his employees are, hot chicks or whatever. It's saying, hey, David.
Yep.
Now people are saying, fix your fucking face.
Yeah.
And things
Have you seen his face? Oh my gosh.
Yep.
Yeah. All that behind his back.
The doctor panel.
Yes. This is where I was like, what is going on here for sure? Because it's a panel of doctors and he's just sitting like he's being
I think it's
judged
because he has so
by
much
them.
money. He gets to be like, you're working for me.
And they're going through everything of like, oh, well, we can't do it yet. And like Tom Cruise, like he comes out, his character's like, hey, what about this? What about this? And goes through all the medical shit. Like he knows everything. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? Like, where does this information come from all of a sudden? Like he knows everything.
Well, the narration, he says, doctors like to use jargon. So I did my research. And that's when he says the line. He's been looking at the research. Like, if I'm going to do this, are you looking for the right surgery, the right piece to fix? So he does say he researched.
Okay, that's when all the paper was laid out on the floor type deal.
Well, no, that part wasn't. But that's it. That'll come later. But he does say that he researched all this so that they couldn't jargon him out of the right procedures. He wants them to do it right. He's almost trying to armchair the doctor panel.
Okay.
Who are a bunch of pricks.
All right. See, I missed that a little bit.
Yeah, he does say that they do all the jargon, whatever.
Okay.
Because they call it a facial prosthetic. And he says, oh, because I thought we were talking about a fucking mask.
Yes, that part was, that was great. Because they put out the mask that you see him in his interrogation scenes, all that. And it is a fucking mask. Like, they try to say, like, oh, it's all this fancy shit.
It moves with your facial movements.
Yeah.
And they say, like, we can do something about your arm. Fuck my arm. Like, he's not having it. I totally would be mad, too.
Yep.
And he does finish with, this completely takes care of Halloween. Well, what about the other 364 days of the year?
100%, yes.
Which brings us to plot point 4, David's new lease on life.
Yep.
And so this is where the paper's on the floor. He does his homework. This is the narration again saying to fight the board. And he fights them virtually through like Zoom, not Zoom at the time, but it's the camera. And he's got all the papers laid out. And Crow did say they were trying to, it was like one of the people making the behind the scenes thing. And she was asking this person on set, all these people, like, what does this scene mean? And they're like, I don't know.
Yeah.
You have to ask Crow. And she finally asks Cameron, and he says, it is the nightmare of somebody trying to catch up on unfinished business, cramming for the finals of life. And he's got all the papers laid out of all the different emails from the past year. Everything he's missed. So he can talk to the board and be like, I'm on top of my game. I'm keeping control of this company.
Yeah, exactly. He also has a scene here where he finally goes to see Sophia after the crash. Mm-hmm. He goes and she's in the dance class at this point. He gets a chance to watch her dance for a bit, goes up, and she explains why she didn't see him because his people would not let him see him after the crash while he was in the coma or anything like that. And they kind of reconnect at this point. Yeah,
that's totally relatable too, because God, that would be tough. If you went through a disfiguring face accident, would you go back to the people, if you weren't in a relationship already with them, and be like, can I still have that same appeal to you?
Yeah, especially because like they just shared their first kiss and that's all they've really had. Mm-hmm. So
it's rough.
And how much time has gone between the coma and now.
Yeah, I did like that they threw in that she did try to see him.
Yes,
because there is something there from Sophia still. It's not like she just gave up on him.
Yep.
But they do agree to go out, but Brian is there.
Yes.
And I can see how that would hurt, but you can see why Brian is there.
Yeah.
He says, like, you only met her once. And he's like, did she say that? We only met once?
Well, yeah, because the other thing is, like, are you, like, why are you here to chaperone and all that? And just freaks out on him. And he's like, she asked me to be here.
Right. And Tom Cruise doesn't do any favors in this because he's wearing the mask. He's not confident enough to see her again without it. So if you showed up in a face mask, I wouldn't think this is for protection. It's because you're scared, and it's weird as fuck.
Well, especially the fact that he already went and saw her with his disfigured face and already addressed that issue. But yeah, going to the club with the mask.
And I do love the way the club is shot. It's very much in the dark with the strobe light. He's dancing, getting all sweaty.
Well, yeah, because it starts off like that confrontation. Then he goes to another bartender to grab a drink and all.
Yep.
And he's trying to order a drink. Bartender's not looking at his face whatsoever. And he just gets pissed and he's like, look at me when I'm ordering, bitch.
Yep.
And the bartender's like, okay, looks at him and gives him the tequila shot.
Yep.
And as that like drinking montage progresses, he just hands him a shot and he's like, this one's on the house. He's like, why? Why is it on the house? It just is, bitch.
Yeah.
And it's just a great like conversation between the bartender and Tom Cruise in that moment, even though it's so small and kind of insignificant for that movie. Like, it's well played out.
Yeah, I even love the look on Tom Cruise's face because he can't move half of his face because of the makeup, but he does have this like, oh, okay, yeah, well played. Like now they're buddies, they're taking shots together and everything. So that's a great scene. And then, Brian is honest with him. He's like, take off the fucking mask, man. Like, take it off. And then he tries to make up with Sophia, but the vibe is totally wrong now. He does try to see.
He tries to replay out that scene of, hey, there's a stalker after me. And then he does the voice of her for her in this scene too. Yes, exactly.
He's like, why aren't you sad? Like, what's wrong? And she says, I'll tell you in another life when we are both cats.
Yes. And then he's like, that's the greatest thing I've ever heard.
He's drunk off his ass.
Yep. Yeah.
Yep. And then we jump to the sad and desperate walk from the bars. And this is also kind of a pivotal moment, but you don't know it quite yet. And he says, Brian's like, shut up, you're drunk. And Tom Cruise says, I may be an idiot, but I'm not drunk.
Yes.
It's like, he's totally drunk, stumbling around.
Oh, yeah.
And he even has the dead arm, basically. And I just like his physical space work, I guess.
Yeah. And you get Brian, like, asking to walk her home, Sophia and all that. And she's like, no, don't worry about it. And, like, at this point, she just kind of runs away.
Yeah.
And then Brian's like, oh, my bike's over here, so I got to go this way. And he kind of parts his ways.
Towards Sophia.
Yeah. And so Tom Cruise is walking alone, drunk. And then, of course, his imagination is starting to go at this point where he's seeing images of Brian and Sophia kissing.
Yep, running together.
Instead of actually, walking home or whatever it is.
Yeah. And so he's on this depression spiral for sure now. Because even before Brian leaves, he says, did you tell Julie Gianni that I was her fuck buddy?
Yep.
And that's like, you can tell Jason Lee does this cool side eye where he looks away like, no, man. And he looks back, he did say it. And he knows he said it, but he's trying to protect himself from Tom Cruise right now. He's like, oh, mean. He puts he's pretending his back of his head because he's got the mask on the back of his head. It's great. I don't know.
Yeah.
But then he does run and you get REM's Sweetness Follows is playing. And it's just that cut back and forth, him running through the street, trying to catch up to them. But he in his mind, he sees Brian meet Sophia. And then he collapses into the gutter.
Yes.
And the mask hits there on the ground. Then you cut to daytime.
Yep. And Sophia is coming up to him, picks him up off the ground, and is like, oh, this is a pretty desperate attempt to have like a sad story or something like that. Yeah. And he's like, yeah, it is, but it's working. And they kind of laugh about it, talk, and then they walk off into a nice, beautiful sky.
Yeah, it's a particularly beautiful morning, isn't it?
Yes.
And so she's there to help him, and she says, you have to pull it the fuck together. And so now he gets everything he's ever wanted. This is like, everything's turning around for him. And we're back to the prison and therapy. So we cut back and he goes, you were having a nightmare. They said you were screaming out Ellie. What is the name Ellie?
Yeah.
Who's Ellie?
Who is Ellie? Tell me. Who is Ellie?
I'll tell you.
Okay.
But also, we'll get to that. And then the therapist says it's true. You were disfigured. They did fix your face. And so you're like, what? They fixed his face, but he's still wearing the mask in the prison thing. What the fuck's going on there? Meanwhile, David's getting more and more of what he wanted. The douche doctor all of a sudden has a reconstructive surgery. He's like, hey, we're going to try this out on you.
Yeah.
And what if God was one of us plays? Again, so good. But he's singing
he's drugged up. Yeah, he's like, they gave me all these drugs. I didn't even know what they were.
God.
He's singing it just drugged out of his mind. And the doctor's like, he's got a good voice.
Yeah. And while they're doing the surgery, you get to see somebody on the panel watching. There's a guy sitting there. They focus on it who's watching the surgery. And we'll get back to him. But then you get to see that it works. She peels off the mask. It's a really nice little touching scene. And she's like, your face is, she's like, well, your ears are in the right place. He's scared to do it.
Yeah, exactly.
I would totally be too.
Yeah. He doesn't want to take off. It seems like this mask is different than the mask he wore. That was just a mask.
Yes.
This seemed actually more like protecting from the reconstructive surgery to make sure everything healed up properly. Because as she's peeling it away, it's pulling at his skin.
Yes. It is like actual stuck to his face a bit. Yep. So it looks great. And then we get them kind of making up through a sex scene, which is also important. There's a lot of important little touchstones in here because they're having sex and you do get to see Penelope Cruz topless, which congratulations, everybody. But it is important because he says he wants to come back as a mole that's on her chest, like as a fun joke.
He's
she
like,
has a
just
mole.
that little mole right there. That's what I want to be.
Yeah, kind of right in the middle of her chest a little bit. It's there.
Yeah.
And then we cut to the restaurant where just kind of a little aside thing where he's talking to Brian, and Brian says, Sophia's fine. You can have her. She was a proximity infatuation.
Yep.
And there's another writer behind him. He's like, no, that's mine. The writer's like, he puts on his pencil.
I can imagine what that'd be like, though. Another writer overhearing,
yes.
like, you know what? That does sound
great line. And then you look over, and the guy that was watching the surgery is now at the bar, and he's looking at him again.
Yep.
And he's like, but he doesn't ever call it out. He's just kind of like, okay, that's fucking weird. And then we get to plot point 5, which I called, now, bear with me, Sophia, and Julie Sophia.
Okay, now it makes sense.
That makes sense to you.
Yeah.
So audience, get ready. We as the audience can feel the movie changing tone right now.
Yes.
This is the movie starts to spiral.
Mm-hmm.
And he's having his morning routine like always. He wakes up with Sophia, goes to check his face, but it's back to being scarred. And he runs, but all of a sudden he wakes up, he's in bed.
Yeah.
Gets right back out, goes to check his face, it's fine.
Wasn't it in the diner scene with Brian where he's like, oh my gosh, you're tearing at the seams.
There's a scene, man. He's like, fuck you, man. Yeah. I love their friendship. Again, it's so great. They can fuck with each other. But so yeah, he wakes up from that nightmare. He goes back to bed. And then all of a sudden, Julie, her arm goes over him. Julie's in the bed with him. And now it's total freak out time.
Yes.
And he's like, we're Sophia. And she's, I am Sophia. I am Sophia. She's yelling, I'm Sophia. You're not Sophia. And he ties her up how many times, Nate?
4 times.
Because that means something.
Yes, because going back to the night where, she came into the room naked without him knowing at his party, she's like, you fucked me 4 times. And she goes over like the different things. 1 time means this, 2 times means that, 3 times means
something. They know,
Yep.
And it might have been in the car or in that scene. I'm not sure. But either way, 4 times is the big thing for them.
Yep.
And so he's like, I'm going to tie it 4 times because that means something. And then he apparently beats the shit out of her.
Yes.
Big cut before we get to that part.
Yes, he calls the cops and he's like, someone has broken into my house. I have tied up and all that. And once again, I am Sophia, her freaking out the entire time. And even then I'm like, okay, he's definitely got some mind issues, whether it's the reconstructive surgery that's fucked with him, where now he's seen things that aren't real.
Right.
And so that's where I'm at in this point in the movie.
Oh, I'm glad I get to know kind of what you're at. Okay, this is good. And then we know we beat her up because he's all of a sudden at the prison. He gets bailed out by the family attorney who's going to bury this file of photos, which he shows of Julie Gianni's face all battered up. He's like, that's not Sophia.
Yes.
And then you kind of get the come to Jesus talk with Brian, who meets him outside the prison.
Yep.
He's like, I was your only friend. Because he's like, who paid you, Brian? All of a sudden you have this nice jacket. Where'd you get that camera you had at the restaurant? All this stuff. And Brian's like, fuck you, man.
Oh, yeah.
I saw what you did to her.
Yep. And like, she wants nothing to do with you anymore. She's kind of written you off, but she's not pressing charges.
Yeah. Like, you're getting very lucky here, buddy. And so he goes to the restaurant to get a drink. And the guy that's been watching him, we see him once again. And he says, oh, you signed a contract. You and I signed a contract, David. And he's like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Yeah.
And then he's like, everything here, these are just here for you, these people. And he's like, you can just, and what happens?
He freaks out. And he's like, you know what? I want you to shut up. Not everyone, like, just pretty much tells him to shut up and you. And everyone shuts up and just stares at him.
The dead silence is really effective.
Oh, yeah. No, they do a good job. And it's just eerie of like them just all staring.
An entire restaurant. Yeah.
They're looking. So you're really wondering what the fuck is going on, of why are these people knowing what's going on? So is he inside his own head now? Like, what is going on?
Yep. And then they didn't want to throw any more. They push you back into the prison. And there's 2 important questions that are asked here. McCabe says, can you tell the difference between dreams and reality? And again, who is Ellie? And then we get another montage of things we haven't seen happen. Like he's stumbling in a bathroom. There's some pills. And then it jumps to David going to Sophia's after the bar. And he goes, we're apartment. But what's different about Sophia's apartment now? All the pictures on the wall are of Cameron Diaz.
Exactly.
It's Julie Sophia.
Been the one always there. It wasn't never Sophia at all.
No, that's not true, but we'll...
But yeah.
We'll get to it. Yep, no, I love this. This is great. So even the drawing he did of her, because they had a little moment where he drew her when they went to the apartment, and it is of Cameron Diaz as Sophie, and he's like, what the fuck, man?
Yeah.
And then he's freaking out, and then...
No, okay.
Oh, he's about to sneeze. We're going to keep going. And then Julie hits him over the head, thinks he's a robber or whatever, goes into the bathroom to get him a towel, comes back out, and it's Penelope Cruz Sophia. And he's like, what the fuck is happening?
Yes, he's losing his mind. It is breaking between 2 different worlds is what it seems like at this moment.
Well, even Julie's face is completely fine.
Yeah. So
he just saw pictures of her face all fucked up. And he says, you are not Sophia. And she's like, I am. And he just goes, whatever. Like, he's resigned to what the fuck's going on. And when she does come back, he's so happy to see his Sophia, Penelope Cruz. So they start to have sex. Mm-hmm. And during which she turns back into Julie.
Yes.
And this is a great scene for Cruz as he's like having sex. You don't get these scenes from Cruz anymore. But he's like, he screams, "What the fuck is happening?"
Yes.
And he's like, just really, again, TMI, pounding her pretty hard. Like, it's violent, what's happening now. And then he starts to suffocate her as What If God Was One of Us is playing.
Yep.
It starts soaring and it's visceral, it's violent. Yeah. So he's
as the time goes, and she finally goes limp and dies. Mm-hmm. And at this point, you kind of see his hands are like covering her chest, and he slowly moves that hand and sees the mole that he wants to come back and be.
Yes. So he now knows he has smothered Sophia, his Penelope Cruz one. And why can't we be friends? It's just everything's going. It's just crazy stuff going on. But also beautiful, guys. And he leaves down the stairs in a rush, and his face is scarred again. Mm-hmm. He's looking in the mirror, and you're like, everything's twisting. Yeah. And he goes back into the prison real quick, and then he's like, I don't feel like I killed someone, because they're like, you're running out of time here. Yeah. And the therapist says, yeah, it's up. Like, I have to leave. I wish I could work on this for the rest of my life, but I can't. I need to go.
He always talks about, having dinner with his daughters and all that. He has to go to that.
Leave, yeah. Yep. What is like Black Angus or something? He has to go have dinner with his daughters. Yeah. He's a very big family man. Mm-hmm. And he leaves the room, and Michael Shannon is the prison guard. Yes. Great. I love Michael Shannon in this role. He's a very small role.
Small role. I thought he was going to have a bigger part because he tries to escape or something like that and fights Michael Shannon early on. Mm-hmm. But nothing really comes to it.
No, he's just kind of there as his controller for the prison. Yes. Yeah. And then David sees the TV, and there's an ad for life extension on the TV, and the initials for which are LE. And so he's screaming LE, but it sounds like Ellie.
Got it.
That's what it's saying. Why you keep screaming for this lady, Ellie? He's screaming LE, life extension LE.
Okay.
That makes sense now?
Yeah, that makes sense. Yes. Now, because I was like, there's no one in the cast.
No.
The only other thing I was thinking of was like, maybe it's his mother?
No.
Because but nothing was mentioned about it, so, okay.
Yeah, right. So that's why he was screaming for life extension the whole time in his dreams at the prison or whatever. And so it's all coming back. He sees Ellie on the screen. That's where he's like, McCabe. Yeah. McCabe. All of a sudden, we jump to like a fast, frenetic scene. The last plot point, number 6, tech support.
Yes.
And we're at the life extension headquarters. We're at Ellie, and it's all very professional. It's a big operation, and David Ames knows he's been there. He's like, I know her. Yeah. Her name is Libby. Mm-hmm. And there's a lot of cameos, by the way. That redhead, very big cameo. Jason Galecki. Mm-hmm. Is that his? Wait,
I think so.
Galecki, the guy from Big Bang Theory.
Yeah, I know. Not Howard.
Nope.
No?
Not Howard Galecki.
No,
but you know who we're talking about. It's Galecki. And also the guy that plays Miles on Lost, he's in the magazine. There's a bunch of random people that pop up, but anyway, sidetrack. So he knows he's been there. Her name is Libby. He says that. And then now McCabe's starting to be like, what the fuck? How do you know all this stuff? Have you been here? Were you here before? And then we get to meet Rebecca Dearborn, a.k.a. Tilda fucking Swinton is in this movie. At like the last moment here.
Right.
And she lays out the process of cryogenics, which we touched upon in our last episode briefly. And when we were talking, I was like, oh, we're going to talk about that again.
Yeah. Well, it's weird because he was going through it of being like, hey, I know this place and all that. And she doesn't like, hey, I know you or anything.
No, yeah. They don't recognize
him. She looks at him like, I think I know him, but she doesn't give anything away.
Yeah, totally. They're playing as if they're meeting David. Yeah. Right? Which they are in this moment here. And cryogenics, Nate, what is it? It's freezing yourself. We talked about it.
Yeah, hopefully you can come out in the future and still be the same age, whatever it is, fixed cure that you may have.
Yep. I was going, that's predetermined time contract. In this world, in this at least company, it's like, well, we'll give you these pills. Mm-hmm. You kill yourself at your predetermined time. Yeah, you can fix your facial scars, all that stuff. My brother, the older one, who, happy birthday again, says that there's actually a cryogenics facility nearby where he lives in Texas.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So,
dang. Yeah. It'd be interesting working there.
Totally. Well, they have a little in the panel, like a trifold that he's looking at, the brochure. It says cryogenics and religion, trying to explain to people. I want to read what that says.
Right.
How do they explain cryogenics and religion? And I don't know. That'd be really fun. But then we get to the lucid dream program and so Tilda Swinton is explaining to him, this is a combo of science and entertainment, which McCabe says, cryotainment? And he's just trying to be funny, funny guy. And then they say you get a full dream world you can live within eternally rather than being woken up. So for the rest, you could just be frozen forever and just live in this dream world of your greatest desires. Yeah. You don't ever recall your death either. And they said, like, granted, whether technology can get to that point or not, this is what they can make possible in here. And he sees the guy that's been talking to him, the guy that was watching the surgery. And it's on a panel, on a video. She's showing him a video of all this, of life extension, people freezing themselves in time. And it says tech support, and it shows him. He's like, oh, that guy's tech support.
That's a guy he's been seeing for so many times.
Yeah, Life Part 2. So you said you don't really lucid dream. Would you ever sign up for a lucid dream?
Like something like this here? Or
let's say letter A is the lucid dream. Yes, you have something you can't cure. Would you like to go into lucid dream program and have the option? Or B, an easier one, you get to just choose, like, for this month I'm going to do a lucid dream and have all my desires fulfilled in my brain and then come back out.
A month.
You would do just kind of like,
just to see how it is. I guess I'm never one to go against not trying something.
It's true.
Like I'd be like, yeah, okay, give it a whirl, see how it is.
Yeah. Okay. But you would never do the full lucid dream of this.
No, because like my biggest thing there is like, let's say, you go cryogenic freezing, all that. What's the fucking cost? Who am I putting this on all of a sudden? Like, what's happening? Like, how long has time passed? All this kind of stuff where you're not necessarily in control of it.
Right.
What's happening. And yeah, my biggest worry would be just who's paying this.
That's fair. Well, in this story, David Ames is rich off his fucking ass. So that's why it's all taken care of. But yeah, so they're watching the video about the lucid dream. Tilda Swinton's like, this is what it is. And she's explaining, well, if there's a nightmare, because he says, what if there's a nightmare? And he's like, well, David, we'll call on tech support. And she says, like, I love you, David. Quoting Sophia, like, everyone kind of mocking him, and that, I love you, David. Like, these are the words you want to hear. And it starts getting twisted again. And I think this is when What If God Was When it starts to playing really loud. And then he runs from the office, and McCabe's trying to follow him. He gets away from Michael Shannon. Yeah. And he's just screaming, tech support, tech support. Yep. And then somebody else, as he's running by, is like, this is a revolution of the mind. And everybody there's one guy at the prison that says that to him too. It's a real moment. What did you think about that part? The guy like walks by and says, David, this is a revolution of the mind. He walks away like through a door, and that's all you see of the guy. I guess for me, it was more of just the moment, like being able, like only watching this once so far, where it didn't really set in or anything. Yes. It was just him running and like trying to get away. That's pretty much where I was at. Okay, like, what's going to happen? Where's he ending up? Right. Yeah. And so he ends up in a big open lobby. Yeah, like a lobby, but nobody else is there, and he's just screaming tech support, and then ding goes the dynamite. A little elevator door opens on the far side of the room. Mm-hmm. And it's a familiar face, and it is the tech support guy, so he's more attuned of like going to that guy rather than straying away, because the guy answers now. Yeah. So he goes up, they go to the top of the roof, and they start. Well, yeah, this elevator, by the way, goes. I like the imagery of it where he's explaining everything to David. Mm-hmm. The tech is like, he's like, this is what you did. You signed up. We signed a contract. Remember what I told you, that like you ended up in a nightmare. Your dreams turned on you. Yep. And I'm taking you up to face your final choice, your true moment of choice. Mm-hmm. And it's this elevator that goes up way beyond any skyscraper that exists. It's just continuously going up into the sky. And he says, we first met 150 years ago. And David goes, oh shit. Yep. He realizes what he's done. He says, you chose the lucid dream. And he says, when we spliced you, obviously in the gutter scene. Yes. Like we spliced you to where that's where you wanted to come back to life and have your life change. Yeah. And so that was a fateful morning that happened. And if you go back and watch it, did you catch like like when that scene happens, when he goes to the daytime, it shows his like hand twitching, like it's reversing time. And there's a sound of like technology happening before she puts her hand on it. I think the big thing for me was just the sky in that scene. Yes. But it was it was the Vanilla Sky painting sky. And you're like, okay, something's going on here. Like this is not surreal. Normal for the sky. Yes. And so everything, then he starts to point out all the references. David Ames says, tell me everything. Yeah. Tell me, what did I miss? Like after what you spliced me, what actually happened? And he says, well, you built your life around iconic things, the Vanilla Sky, an album cover you once walked in. And when they're walking, you see the old cars. Yeah. Like going through this, the album cover, all that kind of stuff, whatever the play was, I can't remember. Yeah. I was like, I guess, I don't know, like, have you seen these extra bits, like the album cover, like the play? Have you ever watched it? And like separate stuff? One of the things I've seen separately. I mean, I've seen the Vanilla Sky painting now. Yes. I have this. But you're talking about To Kill a Mockingbird? Yeah, like all the stuff that they had in there. Yeah, there's, famous covers. Yeah. Yeah, they're from real things. Sophia Loren is his inspiration kind of for the way that Sophia looks, the way she's dressed.
Mm-hmm.
There's McCabe the therapist is Atticus Finch from To Kill a Mockingbird. And there is a scene during the therapy session where he looks over at Michael Shannon in like the little guard booth, and on the TV is To Kill a Mockingbird. Atticus Finch is talking to the screen like in his one of the moments in the movie. And I was like, oh, they did nod that this is him because he's like, you built a father figure out of McCabe. And he does say, you never saw Sophia again. And he says, oh, so I didn't kill her. And he's like, no, which is the best news.
Oh, yeah, he's relieved at that point, which I was like, cool, that's great. Yeah, to hear. Now let's see what's going on here.
Yeah, and so he's like, but somebody died. And he's like, okay. And he's like, and so the tech support's like, you battled control for the company, you got it back, and it was your good friend that you gave the raise to that kept control of it for you. And he says, you had depression, headaches, you took the pills one night on a late December, or so in a day in a late December, which I like to think is my birthday, but it wasn't. It was December 26th. You overdosed, and you told us you were going to, and so our crew came, we put you in the cryogenics, and you've been asleep for 150 years at this point. But Brian did have a 3-day memorial. Mm-hmm. Sophia showed up. People actually miss him. And what? Imagine having that knowledge of people showing up to like your funeral.
Yeah, that's like the living funerals like we've talked about before. This is kind of almost like that, except for, no, you actually died, and you get to kind of hear about it.
Yeah. But I mean, Brian, through to the end, what a great friend. And he even sees Sophia show up, kind of waves at her and goes back to his conversation. Doesn't even poke at that.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's crazy.
Yeah, and he says, like, Sophia, it actually hit her the most this time. She never forgot that one night where true love seemed possible. And he also says, there's consequences, David. It's the little things. And he says, David Ames says, there's nothing bigger, which is the car ride. And it keeps showing him getting into the car with Julie. Like, that's the consequences of your actions of what you did. You made one choice, and it sent all of this into play. So yeah, we do get to the rooftop, and they've corrected the glitch.
Yep.
And I like that McCabe runs out. He's like, well, so you can control everything in here. They're watching right now, your panel of observers. And they do look at the screen a couple times to be like, we are the panel, the viewers.
Yep. But
he says, like, oh, yeah, what if I wanted McCabe? And McCabe runs out the door.
Yeah, exactly. And it's nice because in that scene, it wasn't like he was controlling him still. McCabe came out as the character that he's been playing. Yes. He didn't break character like, oh, I'm here for you. It was like, all right, let's figure this out. We can go back down, Yeah. Which might have caused one of my first existential crises because they say he's like, you're not real. And he goes, yes, I'm real. And he's like, I have 2 daughters. He's like, what are their names? Yeah. And he's like, oh. And he, like, you can see him that how do you imagine that if you were McCabe to realize you were just a simulation for this guy? He says, I'm sentience as like a form You're part of someone else's world. Yeah. And that's all it is.
Yeah. What did he say? He says, I fucking don't know what he says, but he says like, I'm entertainment. Yeah. Like as this reality is entertainment or something like that. And then Jason Lee comes out. And he's kind of standing, he kind of just waves and doesn't even say anything. And then McCabe like touches his shirt and he kind of looks at him like, what the fuck are you doing? So these 2 fake people interacting with each other, but Brian's still kind of looking legit. And so he's like, hey, you can go back. Our tech support says you can choose. This is why I brought you up here. You can either go back into lucid dream. We fixed it. You go back. You don't even remember that you died again. You don't remember that you had the nightmare. Yeah. Everything's great. Or you can go back to the real world. Yep. You can wake up in 150 years, but the world has changed. Oh, yeah. He's like, and so David's like, I made this choice. I had to jump. He's like, yep, you have to face your last remaining fear.
Because he's afraid of heights and all that. And there's this part where he was talking to the detective early on, and he stands up on the table of showing his fear of heights. That's here, kind of like talking about it. Yep. Yeah, so it all came full circle for him. It's like, if I need to wake up, I have to make a serious choice that would shock my system, I guess. And so he runs up kind of towards the side of it and he says, do you have any last wishes? And this is where Sigur does fucking play. Yeah. And this is the Neos Savalin. I had it before I even looked at the translation. But anyway, it's from their Untitled album. It actually means the Nothing Song. That's the title of this one. And it plays and you turn around and Sophia is standing there. It's his last wish to see her. Yeah. She's been long gone. She's been gone for these 150-ish years. Exactly, yeah. His face is back to normal. And she actually doesn't say much. She doesn't say much at all. But because they're no longer creating this dialogue for him, like he's almost saying like what she would look like if she wasn't a part of his psyche. Yes. And he says, look at us. I'm frozen and you're dead. And I love you. And she just says, it's a problem. And he says, remember what you told me. Every passing minute is another chance to turn it all around. And you remember what else you told me? And he says, I'll see you in another life when we are both cats. Yeah. And she just kind of winks at him.
And then he turns around,
and jumps off.
jumps.
I figured he would have done a nice, like, just, oh, I'm going to fall. He actually, like, dives. He's like,
Yeah.
here I go.
He's like, I'm gone.
Yeah.
I'm out of here.
Yeah, his whole thing of heights, too. He's not afraid of the heights. It's the impact is what he said, too.
Oh, that's right. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. No one's afraid of the fall. You're afraid of the landing.
Yes.
And so he falls for a while, and you're kind of seeing all the different little images of his life and inspirations flashing through.
Yeah.
And then it fades to white before he hits the ground. And then, yep, you hear one more person say, open your eyes.
Yeah.
And then he does. You get a little close up of his eye, and then the movie ends.
Yeah. So, real quick, going back to the very beginning,
Mm-hmm.
wake up, open your eyes.
Yep.
It's Penelope Cruz. It's not Cameron Diaz who's saying it.
It starts as Penelope, then goes to Cameron.
Yeah.
Yes.
So it was kind of like a moment of like, what's going on here for sure. So it was just weird of like, is it just him going through that progression again now when he lands because it's open your eyes or
No, I thought you meant at the very beginning of the movie.
Yeah.
It's Penelope Cruz saying open your eyes.
Yeah.
And then it turns into Cameron Diaz and it's his radio or whatever.
Yep.
But at the very end of the movie, it's not her voice.
Yeah. Okay.
It's whatever tech is there. It's just
Yeah.
some other person. I was like, they can't fake us out, right? And
Yeah.
it was not Penelope Cruz or
Yeah.
Cameron Diaz saying it. So it's just some tech actually waking
So
him up.
all right, what do you think of then like her being the voice of the opening even though he hasn't met her yet? You think it's just a dream thing or
Yeah, that might just be, and that might just be artistic interpretation
Yeah.
of the director being like, well, just throw this in here because it doesn't really matter. It is all part of a dream thing. Maybe we're only ones hearing that.
Yeah.
And he's not hearing it. He's only hearing Julie's, but we started as Sophia because the director knows what he's about to do and combine the two. That's probably not in timeline.
Yeah.
That's
okay.
just, yeah. I would say that's just an artistic choice, honestly. Yeah, because he doesn't know her unless he did dream about that during the whole thing. But that's a whole nother conspiracy theory. But yeah, so it's a very twisted timeline, but we do get to him finally waking himself up after multiple layers of what's happening to him.
And that's where finally when that all set in, I was like, oh, okay, here's the sci-fi aspect of them explaining all this and why it's this way. I was like, okay, now it makes sense.
Yes. And that is the most sci-fi thing when they're on the roof and he's like, here's everything that's happened. You control everybody. They're watching you. You can wake up. You signed up for this. We spliced you here.
Yeah.
Et cetera, et cetera. And it blew my mind the first time I watched it. And then having watched it again, I have the luxury of being like, I've watched it many times. So I'm like, oh, that all makes sense and blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, for me to watch it again, it'd just be more picking up on everything that happened. Because I guess for me, it seems like it's pretty straightforward and makes sense as far as it goes. Where once he wakes up in the gutters, like you see the vanilla sky and then everything's kind of changed from there.
Yes. But and how it fakes you out is because you don't know that it's a literal like cryogenic splice.
Yeah.
And so they show you versions of his real life before he dies as they're showing you his lucid dream parts to mix that together.
Yeah. 100%.
So the movie timeline stops at a certain point, but then restarts itself. So yeah. So yeah, I mean, any thoughts in general afterwards?
No, good movie. It's one of those where it did a good job of doing a good love story that kind of disguises everything else that's going on in the background.
Yeah, totally. And again, guys, if it's no surprise, I love it all. I love the acting, the direction, cinematography, the sound, the message.
Yeah.
Even the goddamn DVD menu screen feels good. Like they created an experience. The sound that plays over that, it's all very curated.
Nice.
I looked at the Prelude to a Dream little vignette, and it has an intro for Crow where he's talking about it, but it's all the behind the scenes. And he says, like, they were used to stay behind after shooting on the days and talk for hours about the movie and how they're plotting and everything. Like, they really loved to discuss everything that was going on. It was all these behind the scenes, again, of Penelope Cruz and Tom Cruise and sitting on different couches and reenacting the scenes and talking about them. So it was really cool. And I'll finish with this quote where he says, "There's a school of thought that says a movie should be clear and obvious whenever possible. From the moment it leaves the theaters and begins its journey through home video and DVD, people will be doing more and more other things while it's playing. And ultimately, it will be something on late night television that will play while its greatest audience is half asleep. Vanilla Sky isn't obvious. It's a movie to be watched closely, but it's also a movie you can let wash over you." And I was like, that's really cool.
Yeah.
But I agree. Again, I'm biased on this, but it's a movie that you can watch closely and pick up, or you let the visuals and the sound and everything just kind of happen. And you go, well, that was a love story that was a little bit more than the typical one.
Yep.
And so I would obviously totally recommend to go watch this. And then get the soundtrack. It's got R.E.M., Radiohead, Paul McCartney, Peter Gabriel, Jeff Buckley, Todd Rundgren, Bob Dylan, Chemical Brothers, Beach Boys, U2, Thievery Corporation, Rolling Stones, and then 3 Sigur Rós songs are in there.
Nice. All right.
So yeah.
All right. Well then, with that,
we did it.
What are we doing next week?
We don't have anything set for next week.
No.
Nothing.
Yeah. I just saw a blitz.
Yes. We may be recapping things from the year.
All right. We'll figure it out.
Yeah. This is a TBD for our audience. But yeah.
All righty. Until
then, Nate, you have any quick recommendations or anything?
Oh, yeah. Recommendations are up next. Wednesday. I started that, got through the first few episodes, and so far it's good.
On Netflix?
Yep.
Oh, well, while you're there, watch Dead to Me.
Dead to Me. All right.
Also great. Christina Applegate, Linda Cardellini. Great show. Just finished 3 seasons. But yeah.
Well, if they can give us our thoughts on the movie, where can they reach us on that, Todd? What can they let us know?
They can let us know on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. You can even email Nate at theindecide@gmail.com.
Yeah.
You can also rate us on both those platforms or wherever you are. Find a rating, do some stars, leave a comment if you can. That helps a lot.
Yep, exactly.
Yeah, thank you.
Simple as that. I fade out quicker. He ran through those. Short Man, he made the 100-yard dash right there.
This one went long
in record time.
So I had to make use of the retail space at the end here.
Yeah. I guess with that...
Retail space, real estate. What am I doing? It's been a long episode.
Yeah.
But I enjoyed it.
The little things. There's nothing bigger, is there?
There is not. Like a little game of it's fucking Candyland.
You got it.
Good play. That's good. I see what you did there.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Well, it's a good thing.
All right.